2018 Tesla Model 3. Hello guys, welcome to Mecowhy YouTube channel. As you can see behind me, it's Tesla Model 3. I'm very excited to drive it and to share with you the experience. But before I start talking about my experience, let's drive the car. One thing I always enjoy about electric vehicle, that is how quiet they are. I mean, on the highway, yes, you can hear the noise, but overall, I mean, this is always funny. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I always love how it accelerates. Got that instant torque. So let's just get it started. It drives like a sports sedan. I love the acceleration. That's definitely something I really like about this car. It handles like a sport car. It has really stiff suspension. On a bumpy road, it feels sometimes like coilovers. The steering you can set to either comfort, normal or sport mode, and actually you can feel the setting. With comfort it's really soft, and when you put it in sport it's really tight, it's really heavy steering wheel, and that's how I drove it in a sport setup, which was really nice. The design, you know, Tesla sold quite a few of them already, and at the beginning, when I saw the picture for the very first time and then started seeing them on the road, I didn't like them. But the more of them started driving around, the design grew on me, especially the front end, which I hated. Now, I kind of like it. I think it's a good looking car, both on the inside and on the outside. It has the nice sport package, large rims. I'm not even sure what size that is. Let's take a look. I think those are 19s. Yep, those are 19s. So beautiful 19-inch rims, white pearl paint, black interior, gorgeous car. The next big change that Tesla introduced with Model 3 is the cluster, right? We don't have the gauges in front of the steering wheel. We have a large display in the center of the vehicle. And I was surprised. I got used to it really quickly. By the way, did I say that the acceleration was awesome? Oh, I always love how it accelerates. Got that instant torque. I didn't read the manual, so I got myself into some trouble. And oh boy, is it embarrassing. Before making the video, I decided to take it for a car wash because the car was a little bit dirty, and just went to a regular express car wash. I couldn't put the car in neutral. On the gear selector, You have your reverse, neutral, and drive, and they are indicated in that order. But the car doesn't get into those gears or drive modes because there are no gears in that order. So that was a little bit embarrassing. Eventually, I figured it out. This is the order of your gears or drive modes: park, reverse, neutral, and drive. So if we press the brakes, tap it twice, reverse, neutral, nothing happens. Nothing. Tap it up, it goes into reverse, which is wrong order. Tap it down, goes to drive. But where is the neutral? Let's tap it up. Stays in drive. Tap it one more time, goes to reverse. Well, let's try to put in neutral. Drive. Reverse. You only can get to neutral from park. You just press it down and hold. That's completely counterintuitive. But on the other hand, if you think about, the operations of the vehicle, especially the application on the phone, it's really easy to use. It's really simple. The only problem that I have right now is that I have my phone and I have the phone that came with the car, so I can start it. So I have to carry two phones right now, which is bizarre, but it simplifies your life. I mean, you don't have to carry keys as long as you have your phone with you, you have access to the car, which is perfect. I really liked the roof. The glass roof on the vehicle from the inside, I think, is one of the better roofs that I've ever seen. I always loved cars with panoramic roof. I always try to get one when I'm buying a new car. It's not always an option because I'm always buying used, but the one on the Model 3, it's really cool. Basically, the design is so that between the windshield at the beginning of the panoramic roof, there's a very thin bar, and therefore you can almost feel like this is one big continuous piece. So sitting in the front seat, you feel that the car is very spacious, and the glass is nicely tinted. Today was a nice, bright, sunny day, and I didn't get an enormous amount of light inside the vehicle, yet there was enough see-through that the car had a great, spacious feeling to it, and I really liked it. Good work, Tesla. Going back to the dashboard, even though the dashboard is really Spartan, you don't have any buttons except for the display and for the two buttons on the steering wheel. It's pretty easy to get around. Of course, there were some confusing functions, but I think overall it works well. I test drove Acura TLX, and that car was a disaster. There were so many buttons on the steering wheel, on the central console, dual display, confusing display, disaster. This is really nice, clean design. I really liked it. I had problems with some functions, finding them or activating them, but overall, I think it's pretty nice. Let's jump into some of the bad things. So, electronic door release on the inside. If something ain't broke, don't fix it. What's wrong with mechanical door handles? They are reliable, especially with the history that Model S has with the door handles. Why? Why would you do electronic door release on the inside? It's just a silly idea. When I drove with my kids, they could not figure out how to get out of the vehicle. There was a reason I didn't tell them how to do it. They figured it out. But after that experience, they were not looking for another ride. They wanted me to take them to school tomorrow. Probably we won't do it. But there's also another reason why we are not going to do it. And the problem is with the rear door. What's happening on this car, for some reason, the entire passenger side is messed up. This car was never in an accident, was already serviced by Tesla a few times on different problems, mainly with the windows, if I remember correctly. And the real window would not lower down when you attempt to open the door. That doesn't work on the back door, doesn't work on the front door. However, you are able to open and close the front door without any problem. You can open the rear door, but you won't be able to close it without actually manually pushing the window behind the seal. But that's not the only problem with the windows. The windows just don't work on that side of the car. On the driver's side, you can roll the windows up and down. On the passenger side, don't work. And not sure what's happening there, but also the mirror on the passenger side door would not fall. So the car has a setting that every time you park it, it would automatically fold the mirrors for you. Well, passenger side does not fold. But that's not all. You cannot adjust the mirror on the passenger side. Even though you switch the controllers to adjust the mirrors on the passenger side, it's not working. So this car has 11,000 miles. It's about 6 months old and has a whole bunch of problems that, in my book, are unacceptable. Huh. So this is bizarre. I just told you guys about the problems we are having, and the car has been sitting in my garage for probably 2 hours. And it's pretty warm. Today we had about 40 some degrees outside, about 40. There's close to 55, 60 degrees in my garage. And this stuff started working. I wonder if this is related to the cold weather. I wanted to show you guys the mirrors. The mirrors worked right away. I was able to record the doors, the windows on the doors not rolling down and up when I tried to open them. But then once the mirrors started working, everything else on the side started working as well. So this is bizarre. Like I said, there is some stuff. There's some gremlins in this vehicle. Of course, the next day everything stopped working again, and to make things worse, the front window was stuck in the ingress position, meaning an inch gap, and water was getting inside because it was raining. I had to use a painter's tape to cover that gap as a temporary fix. Well, are there any other glitches? Wind noise. And I heard it a number of times, and I experienced it as well. So at about 45 miles per hour, you can hear a wind noise. And it's not the wind noise around the car, which would be normal, especially that you cannot hear the engine that would mute the noise. It's actually a sound of a wind somehow getting inside the car. And it is definitely not the passenger side, where the windows are not working, actually on the driver's side. So that's a little bit bizarre, and for $60,000, it's unacceptable. I think recently I'm gaining more and more love for electric vehicles. I mean, I'm a car guy. I love cars. I love ICE cars, I love sports cars, I love SUVs. Pretty much any car there is, I want to drive it and see what the experience is like. So I was very excited to drive this car, and I think I was disappointed. For some reason, I was expecting more. I don't know what it was I was expecting. Maybe there was just too much noise about Tesla. It is nice. It is nice. It has a lot of quirks. It still needs time to get polished out, and I get it. There's completely new technology. That technology needs time. And I'm not saying Tesla is making bad cars. I think this car is really good and has a potential, but it needs time to get polished out. And they're trying to make those cars left and right, and I think they're cutting corners on the quality. So here is the $100,000 question. Would I buy one? And the answer is no. I would not buy Tesla Model 3, probably a used one. And you guys probably already know that I'm always buying used cars. I don't like to take the depreciation. I rather have somebody else eat the depreciation of the vehicle, and I don't mind buying it after 4, 5, 6 years. For now, Tesla Model 3 is not for me. So those are my thoughts. This is my review of the Tesla. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.